and I'm just obsessed. I'm obsessed with how I feel on them. I'm obsessed with how complete they are. They are just literally so well-rounded and so simple. Hello everybody and welcome back to my channel. This is Stella the Light, and I have noticed that I really have always opened my videos that way. It's extremely early right now. I figured this would be the best time to get things done. I don't know why that stopped recording. I hope it doesn't continue to happen. But anyways, I'm here. It's early. I was recently told that my voice sounds a lot deeper than it did when I was younger, when I first started my channel. I don't know why I feel the need to talk about this, but I just wanted to point out that I am like 10 years older, and I talked entirely differently when I was a 20-year-old versus now that I'm a 30-year-old. Like when I was 20 years old and I hear the language I'm using and the tone that I have, I was young. I was just coming out of being a teenager. I'm an adult woman now. Nothing like dulled my shine or anything. I think I literally am just a grown adult now, and I talk differently. I don't even know if I'm going to include that because I don't feel like I should have to explain myself, but here I am explaining my voice change. This video is going to be just like a little update on the things that I'm doing very briefly that have kind of changed a little bit. Just an update on my fitness, my mental health, and then food, what I'm eating lately and things like that. All right, so I'm first going to start off with my mental health. So as a new mom, postpartum still, I think you're postpartum until your kid is like out of your house, because honestly, it's like you're going through something with your children post-birth for a very long time. But anyways, Icarus is 14 or 15 months old now, and it is a whole new realm. So I have had to take steps to take care of my mental health on that level, because I've been able to cope with my anxiety and OCD as my own self, as my, me just being me. But now it does affect a child. So the things that I have done that have really, really helped as a mother and as an adult have been to take my me time. So whether you have children or a busy job or you're very dependent on in some way, you need to take that me time. You will stop feeling as guilty. I remember in the start, I used to feel ashamed when I would take a shower. He's with me 90% of the time. And then his dad is over the top helpful in that aspect, in that, when he is with Icarus, and he takes control and he does his thing. And then usually one day a weekend, this is another part. So me and Damon have gone in and the responsibilities are now split up a little bit differently. He has taken over like 2 or 3 things so that I can work more and have some more downtime, because I feel like I was turned on a lot of the time and I need to turn off at certain points. It's a lot. We went through this big conversation of like just adjusting things, just clearing the air, adjusting things and making a plan, because I'm a planner. I like routine. I like when things are done a certain way. So we got that out of the way and it's been wonderful. I highly recommend that communication to go through probably sooner than we did it, because again, I still tried to do everything all the time. I just needed to take a step back and realize just a few things. I do think that the way that I eat and move my body does help me a lot in the way that I feel, so that is still a component. But I also have started a new therapy. I don't have much to share on that now, but I am all for trying different and new therapies, and getting help from different professionals and different people in the field outside of your family and friends, because you can talk your family and friends ears off, but they're for you always. They're not there to give you sometimes the advice that you need and the help that you need that an outsider or professional can give you. So highly recommend that. So next up, I'm going to go over my fitness. So fitness has definitely changed for me because I don't have as much free range, but I still am able to keep it as simple as before. I'm grateful that I started simple fitness, because in the past I have spent hours on fitness and it only backtracked me to inflammation, overeating, binge eating, those kind of things. Like I've been there, I've done that, not good. What has really helped me is to continue to keep it simple. It's an everyday thing for me. There's not usually a day that goes by that I don't do some sort of movement. My movement is never, ever, ever over the top. I never push myself to the point of exhaustion, ever, because it doesn't work. It hurts hormonally, it hurts you metabolically, it hurts you mentally, physically. It's a no-go. You should be doing something consistently. That's what I'm here for the past, roughly 10 years of my life. I've been doing that. I still love getting outside, so we're still walking a lot outside. I play with Icarus hard. Like, I really play with that kid, and it's so much fun. And I love that I'm able to give that to him because I have the energy to. And then outside of that, I've been doing my most recent thing, because I love riding my indoor bike, but I really haven't been doing that too much lately because I like switch things up. I don't know. I have no rhyme or reason. It's just like I skip into something new here or there. So I've been doing like 15 or 20 minutes of lightweight HIT, or no weight, like body weight. Again, I never overdo it with that. 15 or 20 minutes tops. And then 15 or 20 minutes I've been doing intervals on the treadmill because I can't go outside. If I could go outside, I would be doing something in a neighborhood, but there's no way I could do that with Icarus. Like, I don't work out when I'm with Icarus. I kind of keep the two separate as of now, just because he wants and needs my attention. So I give him my full attention, and then when he's napping or when I have my own time, that's when I do that. So I try to keep those really separate. And that's been working for me. So generally probably about 30 to 40 minutes a day is what I do of light fitness, and sometimes it doesn't happen, and that's okay, but I always go for like a walk outside, or I do a stretching, 10-minute stretching here, and I have been stretching a lot more. By a lot more, I mean like 10 or 15 minutes a day, because before I had really just let it go because I would quickly try and get my fitness done, quickly try and do all of this, the laundry, the cleaning, the cooking, the groceries, and then I'd be like, oh my God, I forgot to stretch, and my body feels so different when I do stretch. So stretching is another important part. I think that's generally it for fitness. I'm gonna restate it again. Any questions, please ask away. Last but certainly not least is going to be food and what I've been eating lately. So I have been really trying to keep it really clean, because there was a time, I told you guys about this before, postpartum. I can't remember exactly. Maybe I was like 6 months postpartum or something around there, whatever. I ate like, pardon my language, but I was eating terribly. And now again, nothing to do with weight, but it was just my feelings. My gut health was off. My mental health was insanely off. I could feel the inflammation from how much processed sugars I was eating. I was eating a lot of like sugary foods, cereals and ice creams. Not the worst, I'll say, but like definitely a lot more processed foods than normal. And I just was not feeling good mentally and physically. So I have completely tried to switch that. Just a little bit of processed, because I don't cut out processed foods entirely, because I don't know, I just never have. Yeah, I mean, it's just not something that I'm into. I know some people are like, eat super clean all the time. That's just not my thing. But generally I do. Like, I am a firm believer that processed foods are garbage for your body. But, we all have our things. I guess that's my vice. Maybe that's my vice, part one of my vices. Yeah, so generally eating a lot more nourishing meals. So I've been doing a lot of really warm and satiating, oatmeals, and I've been making baked goods that are so delicious. I've been doing, of course, my same smoothies and smoothie bowls, which I've always loved, but it's cold here, so I'm veering more towards oatmeals and baked goods. Sweet potato based dishes, lots of yummy sauces, really big, dense salads that I've been making, that I have rooted back to, because I had stopped doing that for a little while, and I rooted back to it because it really does help me just feel like, wow, I got that big, beautiful, abundant salad today with a delicious creamy dressing. Like, I'll do a tahini dressing, and I really love that. So that's kind of where I'm at with food. So like in a day, I'll go through like a random day that I would eat. Another thing that I want to talk about with what I eat in a day videos is that I've come to find that anybody who is truly super over the top interested in what someone is eating all day long, or the calorie content, or exactly how much, or exactly what, most likely is in some distorted pattern. I think it's okay to root into, oh, like she likes to eat that for breakfast, I'm gonna try that for breakfast. Fine, perfectly great. But if you are over the top into what other people are eating all day long, it's just not good. It's not good for your mental health, especially if you're struggling in that area. So I am trying not to feed into that, so I don't post what I eat in a days very much anymore. Once in a while I will, or once in a while I'll do like what I eat for breakfast or things like that. But I think I've said this before, I really just try and veer away from the what I eat exactly in a day, or like calories in a day or things like that, because I don't want to feed that, you know? As I say that, now I'm going to go over and tell you what I normally eat in a day, but just generally what I eat in a day. So for breakfast, I normally have oatmeal, pancakes, or a smoothie bowl every day. That's my jam. You can change up all the flavors, you can add all different kind of toppings and stuff. Love it. Never really veering away from that. I'm a sweet girl, so you can have like savory things. Not really appealing in the morning to me. And then I usually have like 1 or 2 snacks between that. So like me and Icarus will share like a bar that I've made, or a baked good I'll have, or what else? Yeah, I like bars and baked goods. They're quick. Fruit with almond butter, or nut butter, or like the chocolate peanut butter dip that I make. Really like that. So like fruit and a fat. I always do carbs and fats. Every meal is carbs and fats, always. So that's always something that I implement. I never just make like a really fat rich no carb meal, and I never make like the opposite. It's always like a good balance of both. And then for lunch, so let's say I had like oatmeal for breakfast or something. Sometimes I'll have oatmeal again for lunch if it's easy. I have a kid. It takes like 4 minutes for me flat to make my oatmeal now. Or I'll have pancakes. We have pre-made pancake mix that I can just whip up really quickly. So, you know, it really depends. It depends on what I have. If I have baked sweet potatoes, like I'll pre-bake a bunch of baked sweet potatoes, and I will have a sweet potato stuffed, usually sweet. So I'll put like nut butter and bananas and granola or something on top and have that, and it's really good. Then again, I'll have like a snack or two between dinner. Sometimes I'll make like a small smoothie, or I'll have like a mug of Dandy blend with banana bread, which is like the perfect, like you dip it in. So good. It's my favorite mug ever. And it's freezing here, so sticking to the warm and like very comforting. Now at some point during the day I have my salad, and it's usually just some type of green, like it's your typical salad, some type of greens base, any vegetables I have on hand chopped. And then I usually either do this dill dressing that my little sister turned me on to, or my tahini dressing, or the like balsamic 3-2-1 dressing. And then for dinner usually we share whatever I'm making. And that is usually like a pasta dish, or BLTs, or a teriyaki tofu dish, something like that. And that's generally what I eat. Or again, sometimes I will just make something sweet. I'm like the biggest sweet tooth ever. So yeah, dinner is usually like a potato, rice, tofu based dish, something like that. And that is generally what I'm eating for the day. Good foods, good flavors. Again, I do have some junk food sometimes. Quickly, and a very important part of this video, I do want to talk to you guys about Compliment. You know that I've been using them now for 4 or 5 months, the past 4 or 5 months, and amazing. I have nothing to complain about. I have only seen benefits. My hair feels soft and shiny. It's growing so fast. I actually need to get a haircut. So every day I take the essential. I also use the gut nurture and the greens. And I'm just obsessed. I'm obsessed with how I feel on them. I'm obsessed with how complete they are. They are just literally so well-rounded and so simple. And it cuts out me having to put too much thought into my supplements. Everyone should be supplementing, is my belief. If you're not taking a good supplement every day, you're probably missing out on something. I especially think omegas and B12 are super important, vitamin D. So Compliment just includes them all for you and makes it super easy. And it is very cost effective in the fact that you don't have to worry about ordering 6 different pills to take every day. You just take one and you're done. I also take my prenatal, but I think that is a very important part of what is keeping me on track with food and my mental health as well. I think previously I was not keeping up with taking my supplements properly. I was not feeling my best, and I really love their greens and their gut nurture because they're 2 things that I normally wouldn't hit on. So Compliment just makes everything super simple and super easy for me. It takes care of everything. It takes a lot off of my plate in terms of wondering if I'm getting enough of these things. I definitely just attribute a lot of the way that I'm feeling lately to how well I've been taking care of myself, food-wise and supplement-wise. I think that neglecting those is very, very easy, but it's also very, very easy to get back into the swing of things and continue to take care of yourself. So if you are interested in Compliment, I will leave the link down in the bio. My code is Stella10. You can check them out. They do sales here and there. Their subscription is really, really cheap. That's what I do. Every 2 months I get a new subscription sent to me, and it just, again, is easy, seamless. I don't have to think about it. It's perfect and easy and just one of the best things that I have done for myself. Okay, that's all. That's where I'm gonna end this video. Thank you so much for tuning in. Thank you for always coming at me with so much love and respect and kindness. And that's it. I'll see you guys in the next video.